So I had a question the other day from a client who was asking about a home that had an assumable mortgage on it. You see, assumable home loans are loans that a new buyer can take over or they can assume them from the seller, which typically keeps the interest rates the same. So, and with the remaining terms in place. That said, the buyer would have to qualify for this type of loan. However, you can imagine that being attractive in today's market where the current owner may have an interest rate that's well below where we are today. We're talking about somewhere in the 2-3% range as opposed to the 6-7% range. Well, here's the breakdown of the most common types of assumable home loans. First of all, you have FHA loans, which are the Federal Housing Administration loans. And those loans are assumable, but you must get lender approval to do that. The buyer must qualify with the lender, and the seller can then be released from their liability of the remaining amount of time of the loan. The benefit of this is it usually has, like I said, a low fixed rate. Another type of loan that could be assumed with lender approval is a VA loan, a Veterans Affairs loan. Now, again, you must be approved by the lender. The new buyer must be approved by the lender. And the buyer does not need to be a veteran necessarily, but they still need to meet the basic credit and income standards for this loan. If the buyer is not VA eligible, the seller's VA entitlement might remain tied to the loan until it is paid off. You also have a USDA loan, which is a U.S. Department of Agriculture loan, which is assumable as well under circumstances with the USDA and lender approval. The buyer must meet the USDA eligibility requirements, including income, and typically these homes are in more rural areas. Now, there is another type of loan, a conventional loan that you may be familiar with, that's normally not assumable. There are some exceptions in rare cases, but that's something that we'd have to look at on a case-by-case basis. If you are in the market for a new home and want to know more about assumable home loans, feel free to reach out to me. My name is Kleiman. I'm with Oakington Realty here in Houston, Texas, and I'm more than happy to help you try and find a home here in this market that does have an assumable loan. If you're looking to sell your house and you want some information on whether or not the type of loan that you currently have, your mortgage is assumable, reach out to me and I'll be happy to walk you through that process as well. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day.